Welcome, Tzvi here. Why does the unknown have to cause so much pain and negative emotion? Even if you've done it many times before, the unknown can still be very, very painful. We have the choice. That's the most beautiful thing, the gift that God Hashem gave us. And I'm going to go over some ways to look at, to help you and feel good about yourself about the unknown. First of all, childhood trauma that can affect us from the unknown, because trauma is known to what? It changes the way we look at things, we feel things, we approach things. They were there for a protective mechanism as a child. You're getting attacked, you get abused, you don't feel comfortable. The body mind creates this self-defense mechanism to adapt to it. Now you might have been very, very small, a little bit older, whatever age it is, but that was a mechanism that was learned in a way to defend yourself. The real truth behind it was this whole idea is to put it in to escape from something that's going to attack us, a lion, a situation to put us in this adrenaline mode to get us out of there. But the adaptation can actually work against us over the years because it becomes normal. And then what happens is something that doesn't feel normal out of the comfort zone, the unknown, it becomes very, very scary. It becomes a learnt habit. And what happens? It's like shoveling on a little mountain. As you keep shoveling, it gets bigger and bigger, and then it gets harder to change. But the most amazing thing is we are given the gift from the Creator, God Hashem Himself, to be able to change it. But the most important part about the unknown is to understand that it doesn't have to be scary, that we do have choices. So the first part is to realize and recognize, parts of my body are feeling this way. I have a choice. Do I keep going along with it? Do I keep going in this way of just getting dragged along? Mindfulness is about being present right here, right now, not getting dragged away by doing. It's like you're running after the old trauma ways of doing it. And really, quite often, I know speaking from experience myself, this trauma is not something you chose, or not deliberately. The Creator gave it to us to make us a better person, but then we adapted to it. And it's an adaptation way of dealing with things. So what I'm talking about is the unknown here. We've adapted to it in a negative way, where now the unknown becomes very scary, unenjoyable, fearful. The body can be in pain, you can get sick, all these negative things can happen. But we have to remember the bottom line is it was created that way, so then we have the ability to change it. Now, as I said before, we think it is an adaptation of a negative situation. It's very, very true. But what I hear and see quite often is people say, I've got to fix the problem. Now, we're assuming that it isn't a problem. So by going into fix-it mode, you're actually looking for it. You're always trying to, what's wrong? It's still creating an enormous amount of pressure, more pressure. The whole idea is to create that unknown safe and enjoyable. By now trying to go into fix-it mode, it's like everything that happens, sees, you do, you put blinkers on, you're locked into it. What's wrong? Gotta fix this. I'm doing this. No, it's not working. I gotta fix it. That is going to create more tension, more pressure. We have to let go, give it back to the Creator, God Himself, and ask for the help and realize this was given to me as a test. And a test can be simple as 1 + 1 has an answer. It's 2. But if we try and fudge it and put effort in and say 1 + 1 is 3, it's not the correct thing. We can look it up. If we don't know the answers, there's many solutions, and the most effective way is, instead of fixing it, is realizing it. This is a chance to grow and become a better person. So by trying to fix it, we've looked at it as a negative. What I'm trying to share with you is that, I don't need to fix it. There's many, many situations happen that come up through the day. If you think about it, when it feels pressure, I've got to do what I've got to do. No, I don't need to fix it. I'm going to be open. I'm going to allow it to come in. It could be as simple as running late. Okay, I can get worked up about this. I don't know if I'm going to get there in time. So the unknown kicks in and you think of fear. I can give up now, worrying about the future, or I can turn it around, enjoy now, and say, I don't need to fix it. I've done this many times before. This is something they do quite regularly, having to go somewhere, you've got to be there, you've got a task to do, you're running late, but you know what's going on. So that means there's certain ways you can do, and I can tell you for sure that when you do it in a relaxed, calm way, my productivity goes through the roof. Scientifically, they've proved it, because they're not trying to fight, they're just allowing it. And when something comes up, like the unknown, how to fix this, you look, it doesn't even sort of knock you over. You don't feel like you lost your balance. You just stay with it. Be present right here, right now. It's amazing how it goes. So I've seen it many times where parents say, can you help me with my kid? And then they go to this fix-it mode. And the kid goes from doctor to specialist, healer to healer. And the kid's feeling really bad because they're in this fix-it mode. There's a problem. But the kid just wants to feel supported, feel loved, feel respected. So when you bring him into a calm place, and we slowly talk it through, we're not trying to fix it, we're trying to help improve his amazing skills that he already has. He's got these gifts that are given to him. So we're just going to try and bring them out. Unfortunately, we can't stuff everything in a box because it's not going to fit. And maybe that wasn't the right box anyway. You've got to remember the Creator gave us these skills. So instead of trying to stuff it in the box, we're going to say, they're amazing skills we have. So we're going to use them. You may be a very high-powered, stressed person, but you've got a lot of energy. Okay, instead of trying to calm you down, let's use that energy in a way that can help other people. Or you're very emotional. Okay, you're given emotions, but you could try and shut them down, and what's going to happen? They're going to lock up inside. But you've got to realize, I'm an emotional person. I just let it out, and I can settle back down again. I don't need to fight it. It was there as a mechanism to protect me. Wow, what an amazing thing. We've got these so many options to look at it. We can always keep looking at the fix-it problem and the unknown. The unknown is just going to teach us something. I can start now realizing I don't have to be thinking of it a bad way, a scary way. When the body locks up, no, I can come back and change it. So the first two examples I've talked about so far, accepting and replacing, is what it's really about. Instead of fighting it or getting locked up, but we've got to be present right here, right now. Take our breaths. Realize the Creator gave it to us for a good reason. Hashem, God gave it to us as the most amazing opportunity to grow, and He knows we're capable of doing it. Isn't that amazing that everything there is something within our realms? But the problem is when we're scared of the unknown, these blinkers go on. You can't see anything. And we think this is what's got to happen, that's got to happen. Oh no. But if we start to relax and accept it, okay, I didn't know what's going to happen, but that can be a good thing. I can look forward to it. And the more I can relax, the more I can hear. We don't always have to hear with our ears, but when we come into a calm place, we start to use our internal body that gives a feeling, and we can hear and smell and everything. We've got all our senses going and emotions. What we have the ability to do is when we get into a really calm place, we're open to the Creator, we're actually looking to a higher power that can help us. Instead of things just, I have to do it. No, when we let go, we have the opportunity to bring in the Almighty, the Creator Shem, to help us. We can be open to the signals that are coming in, and they can come from anywhere. Could be from a monitor, could be from a phone, it could be somebody passing by making a flippant comment that's like, what are you talking about? Oh, wow, I needed to hear that. Or it could be a piece of mail that comes in the doorbell. We don't know. That is the best part. That's going back to the unknown. Looking forward to it, just allowing it to come in the right time. So accept it. Okay, I'm going to make this like an amazing journey, like a hunt. I'm going to try and find where the next one is. I'm going to make it exciting instead of fearful, because it could have been from a trauma as a child that we've scared us. But we don't need to carry it through. We have the choices. We have the choices to change it. That is the most amazing part that we have choices. If we learnt it that way, we can relearn it another way. It takes time and effort. But you're going to say it's too much to take time and effort. I'm going to say back to you, do you enjoy being where you are right now? The answer is probably no, because you're watching the video. So then let's choose new ways to do it. And we've got to remember, accept that life's going to be up and down like roller coasters. That's the way it is. Like a heartbeat. As long as it's going up and down, you're still alive. So if we look at it that way, that there's so many opportunities to grow, we can go up, and when we come to, oh no, I'm going down. No, it's another opportunity to be a better person, to grow, learn more things. It's amazing how it is. Like when you do exercise, some days you're a little bit sore from it. that means I put a little bit more effort in. So next time my body's going to get more used to it, and I'm going to have more energy and go a little bit more further. It's amazing how it works. So the most important part with the trauma, trying to fix it, is remembering what? Getting upset and anger is going to keep it locked in. It's going to keep the old habits going. But what we're talking about here is neuroplasticity, of creating new habits. And I know from experience, when you get that aha moment, it's almost like there's weights just lifted off, like you can barely stand up. It's like, wow, I was really focused on doing it this way. Sometimes you can do it straight away. Sometimes it takes weeks, months, whatever it is, but it can be resolved. There's an aha moment. So we don't need to get worked up. And it's like next time it comes up, it's like you're looking around for that pressure. It doesn't happen because you've realized what it is, you've accepted it, and when you accept it and you've taken it on in a calm way, it's like this weight's lifted off and now you can go forward. But if you keep getting upset and angry with it, it just keeps it locked in. And what happens? It's like that little mouse on a wheel. You keep going round and around and around. It's not going anywhere. So the same thing here. Getting upset and anger is like their biggest enemy. And we know in the Jewish law, getting angry and upset is like idol worshipping. It's terrible because it just possesses you and takes over you. Our job is to become present and hook into the Creator and enjoy the beauty. So what we're also doing is turning the unknown into something else, something productive, something positive. And the best way to start is see where our breath is. Because obviously when you're all worked up, the breath gets short. We're not breathing in a rhythmic way. So if we can get that rhythms going, it helps. And maybe you can't fight it. Well, what do? Let it go. Just let that mind wander and replace it with what you do want. I'm going to keep bringing it back. Remember, like the up and down roller coaster. Okay, I'm going to bring it back. But over time, the body's going to go, oh, I'm looking forward to coming to that place. You may do some sport that you enjoy. It's like there's such a pleasure come out of it, or places you go, photography, or whatever it may be. It's like this zone that you get in. We can do the same thing with here. Is create that zone of calmness, of being mindful and enjoying the greatness of the Creator. And one of the most amazing way is doing small steps. And gratitude can help that out a lot. Wow, I couldn't do that before, but now I am. Thank you very much. Wow, I'm aware of it now. How amazing is that? These tiny little steps, what we're doing is instilling to ourselves, yes, it was worth it. It feels good. I'm appreciative to it, and showing the Creator that I really appreciate what you gave, what signals you sent to me. I want to thank you very much for staying through to the end. I appreciate it so much. If you subscribe already, thank you. If not, hit the subscribe button down below. And I really, really appreciate all the comments and the feedback. Please keep sending it through. I'll do my best to get back to you. And thank you once again.